Listen to what she's saying. Even if you sit and go, oh, I know this already, you may do that. It's not the point. You married this person, you love this person, right? You expect them to give you that time when you're talking about it. Helene doesn't have the exact same interest I do. There's some things that are complete opposites on how we're interested in. But when I talk to her about things I'm interested in, she'll sit there and she'll look me in my eyes, she'll listen to me. And I appreciate that. And I return that to her because that is how we produce the quality time. So that's a physical standard way that I can tell you if you want that quality time, one, eye contact, and actually listen and be present in the moment. And I guarantee you that quality time becomes a lot less difficult or a lot less about the action and more about the actual quality.
The reason why it's called quality time, in my opinion, is because it's the one space, the one scheduled time slot where it's just us.
Yes.
We have, 4 or 5 businesses between the two of us and 4 dogs and all sorts of other stuff that we're doing. So there's always a phone beeping, an email coming through, a phone call coming through, somebody needing something for the websites. There's always something that can distract you. There will always be something that can distract you. But quality time is there to make sure that those distractions don't distract you.
Yes.
So it is just the two of you. All attention is just on what you guys are doing together. Nothing that is going to try and distract Jace is going to have that impact where he actually gets distracted, because what does that mean? It means that whatever he's dealing with there is more important than what's going on right in front of him.
And there's a really good lesson in that. Is it more important? Because a lot of times, especially with men, is we might have a thought process. We might be thinking of something specific, and we prioritize that thought because it's just in our heads at the time, but it's not more important. If it is more important than what's currently going on, make it part of the discussion.
Or at least be very honest with yourself and say, you know what? Quality time with you is not as important to me as my work is. Yeah. At least you're being honest.
Yeah, but honestly, if that's the truth, you really need to reassess your relationship.
And then you might just be okay with what happens after
there's
that.
More to that end. So for me, is honestly, if something's so deeply on your mind, right, that it's bothering you to that level, make it part of your discussion. Make it part, because if it's more important than the quality time you're trying to spend with the person that's the most important in the world to you, then maybe that's worth a discussion to have with them. Or you need to weigh up those options and go, you know what, I'm actually just bullshitting myself and not do that.
Yeah. Or it might be something that you really need help with.
Could be.
So ask your spouse to actually, you would be surprised what you could get out of that. Just because men carry most of the weight in terms of stress, because you are built to carry it more.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that you have to carry it alone.
No, you've got to learn. For men, we're trying to teach men that, one, you need to be better men, right? On an absolute
just as a
level.
whole.
As a whole, men need to be better.
Can we please be better?
On the second level, right, is we want to be better husbands and spouses,
and
right?
Fathers.
And fathers. And the main one for me where it really, really racks up is you have to learn that you are not in this alone, right? Is we can take a lot alone, but we don't have to. We have a brotherhood of very like-minded men all over the place that we can tap into, and we need to start getting back to that, one. But the person that's the most important to you, your spouse, they're there for you. And it doesn't mean that they have to carry all your burdens. We have a saying, what we do in our group is you have your brothers and your community with your brothers or your best friends or those guys you can, because before I walk in this door and I carry all my problems on her, I want to come in and carry it. I need it to be structured, right? I don't want to walk in with raw emotion of what I'm dealing with, right? Because
you don't dump your underwear at the front door, right?
She shouldn't have to deal with that. That's my responsibility. But I have a brotherhood of people that I can go to who are like, hey, I'm having this problem. What do you think? And then we'll hash it out and we'll have a chat and we'll talk. And sometimes it's a workout in the gym and 2 mentions, and then we just do a couple of bench presses and everything's better. The point I'm making is you have outlets where that now by the time I get back, I can sit down and have this really wonderful conversation, which is quality time, and say, you know what, this happened today and this is what I've been thinking about. What do you think? Because now I've already kind of dealt with it. I've gone through those aspects. So you're not alone, and your spouse is a wonderful mechanism, but also create bounce off points, especially with men, with other men. Right? We need our brotherhood back. We need to get more in touch with being able to talk to each other about the fundamental things that are happening in our lives, have a good understanding with no judgment, And it's not about drinking alcohol, and it's not about getting messed up each other. It's really just about a brotherhood,
community,
a real good community. And that helps me to get into touch. So when I do come to Elena and sitting down and we're talking about something, I already kind of have that all jotted out, because all the logical things, right? Illogical things I've already spoken to with other logical minded people, and they've helped me hash it out and go, you know what, these are the right, now I feel good about it. Now when I come to her, I can really just talk about the function of it and how it affects our relationship and how we want to move forward.
And how it made you feel.
And how it made me feel, which is very important.
And he's not saying that women aren't logical at all.
No, it's just the where I'm coming with this is the difference between men and women's brains is, and emotional states and psyche is, men are logical based and women are intuitive based.
Well, it's actually more of masculine, feminine. We all have both of each.
Yes.
Some of us have more masculine energy, even if you're female, and others have more feminine. But yes, the divine feminine is intuitive. She's nurturing. She's anticipatory. She's a replicator or a producer, a magnifier to the man. And the men are...
And I'll take that on the flip side. Men are logical. We're builders. We're providers. We solve problems. Everything's analytical. We lay it out. We solve a problem. We break it down. We build a wall. We build a house. We build roads. We fix problems. And we function really well like that. But we require the intuitive. We require that yin and yang, that masculine... that divine masculine, divine feminine, we need them together to be the best version of ourselves. And women need the same thing from us.
Well, think about it like this. Why is that? Why is it that men need that nurturing, softer, intuitive part of women? Why can't we just have a world where it's just logic and just reason and just analytics?
Because without emotion, we lose the essence of it.
Yes. And on a quantum physical level, emotion really is how you create your reality around you. It really is how you produce all the things that you really want in your life. So there's a very big reason why you can't logic or reason or analyze emotions.
Yes.
I mean, you can argue that, but
they're necessary.
You can't reason your way out of an emotional situation. You have to actually meet it with emotion and then go from there. You can reason from there, but you can't. These are two fundamentally different languages that need to find common ground somewhere in the middle,
because they have to function together,
because that is how you actually produce this beautiful little bubble that you can create.
The synergy of our sentience is required to have logic and emotion balanced out with each other, and the balance is between the two of us.
And I'd say where we are now in a point in society, and we will talk a lot about this a lot more, but we are in this point in society where we are done with having this overly masculine hierarchy or patriarchy, I guess that's what they would want to call it. But we are done with just having this overwhelmingly masculine energy. What's happening currently on the planet and just globally, we are seeing more of the divine feminine coming in. We're definitely seeing more of a balancing out of that. And we need that for the continuation of the species and for our souls to actually really just start figuring our way out in this world that we're living in right now. So I think that might actually be a great place to finish today.
I think that'll be the first of many we start. And we're going to dive into many different aspects of relationships. We're going to do a couple of seminars as well with other couples and talk through all the type of issues that we have. And like we said, is we don't have all the answers, right? And we're still dealing and learning as we progress. But we've come far enough that we feel comfortable, especially with Eileen and her NLP and hypnosis, and me with what we're doing on our side. Is I really do feel that we have a lot to offer people, and hopefully give people some tools and some real insight into how to manage a long-term, healthy, functional, happy relationship.
Yes. Anyone can have a relationship.
Yeah.
But are you thriving in your relationship, or are you just surviving in your relationship? So we're looking for the thriving part.
There we go.
I will also be doing a lot more recordings on my website, which is lotusnero.com. and that would be for hypnosis, where people can have free resources. There eventually will also be programs that you can purchase that will help you to release all of these negative emotions. But you're also welcome to contact me if you are looking for a one-to-one deep dive into all of the things that we spoke about today. I do breakthrough sessions to help people deal with all that stuff as well. But ultimately, this podcast is specifically for relationships.